All right, so I cut off the ball screw, so I cut it the length anyway, and now I'm working on turning it down to diameter so it'll fit inside the housing. And I got a janky little setup here, just so it doesn't go flying all over the place. But I'll tell you what, this stuff is really, really hard. First ball screw I cut down, I actually had a friend do it on his CNC lathe, and he didn't have much trouble, but it was a very large CNC lathe. This thing's pretty much at max capacity right now, trying to do this. So I might actually buy the next two ball screws at the correct length, only because I don't want to have to do this again. This is rough. Even with a carbide bit, this lathe is walking quite a bit. All right. Ball screw remotely attached, sort of. Well, with a C-clamp. There's a bit of a space now between the ball screw mount and the Z. So I can do one of two things. I can use thicker blocks here to compensate, or I'm guessing just make a shim to fit in here, and I think that's what I'll do. It looks about, I don't know, just shy of 1/8 of an inch. I'll measure it and see what I can come up with. See what happens. But I'm gonna lay these out now, and I'm gonna start drilling these to try to get them in the center now. I made the spacer out of PLA. You could see it there, sandwiched between the ball nut housing and the piece of steel for the Z-axis. Fortunately, it's a little bit tricky to see from this angle, but basically I made it 0.060. I lined this plate up just right in the middle, so I know that everything here is parallel perfectly. With that completely tightened, this spins nice and free. No issues. Well, one issue I'm concerned about is speed. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so this is my stepper motor for now. This is 2,000 RPM. As you can see, this thing does not move very fast at a high RPM. So I'm a little concerned about that. I'm not sure if it's going to be a problem. These motors are going to be turning very fast to try to keep up with certain feeds. Like if I'm doing a thinner piece of sheet metal, obviously the gantry is going to be moving a little faster. I mean, obviously thicker pieces, will be going slower, but I'm just a little concerned that I might run into a speed problem, which is exactly why people do belt drive these. Because belt drive, just like on a 3D printer, moves extremely fast. But if I did belt drive, I wouldn't be able to do the wood router. So I'm hoping this doesn't pose a problem. If it does, what I'm going to have to do is a pulley system, maybe like a 4-to-1, pulley belt system. So this, whatever stepper motor that I use, will in essence be turning 4 times faster, just to try to keep this thing moving on par. Hopefully I'm just overthinking it. We'll see what happens. Alright, this is the mount for the x-axis. This is what I came up with. I'm going to 3D print this, see how it goes, and then go from there. This is the mount that I designed for the x-axis. Basically, it'll be a plate and then a spacer. The plate will screw into the spacer, and the spacer will screw onto the machine. It's a little bit of a different design than what I had, but I think this will work out a little better. Alright, this is how I'm setting up to do the stepper bracket. Basically, I'm using some stacking wax on this big heavy plate, which you can see I've used before. It's just basically glue, just sticky. It'll hold this while the machine does its thing, and that way after the circles are all cut out and stuff is done, it doesn't leave any chance for the chips to get caught in the end mill and do bad things. Ended up crashing into this bolt. Wasn't paying attention. Had to reset everything again. And that's it. Shut off the coolant. And there you go. Took 5.5 hours to make this part. Alright, 3D printed part beat the real part. Everything should be in order here. Everything looks good. I gotta heat this baby up so I can release it from the bottom plate, and then I'll deburr it, clean it, and then see what we got. Next up is gonna be the mount. It's gonna look a little bit like this, and that's gonna keep the plate off of here. Yeah. Here you have a 3D printed part. Ta-da! How's that for accuracy? Not bad at all. Looks good. I'm glad I took the time to 3D print this, because lo and behold, an inch thick isn't going to be enough. I'm gonna have to make it probably inch and a half. So back to the drawing board. I'm gonna go see what I have for material, and I'll go from there. Alright, I made this part 1.25 inches thick. You can see by the green lines, those are the machining marks. So essentially, this is what it's making, but this is only 1 inch thick. So trying to do this with one hand here, it's not easy. These will bolt to the machine with these. These get countersunk. So once this is bolted down, this gets threaded. The elliptical holes allow a little bit of a movement for the ball screw, and that's it. This is what we're making now. It's 1.25 inches thick. That is definitely not the straightest motor mount I've ever seen, but I'm pretty sure she'll do the trick. Let's find out. I have a whole range of movement, so keeping this thing in the center should be a piece of cake. Alright, everything lines up pretty good. So let's get the stepper motor in here and see how she looks. Looks good. I'm not going to finish putting the hardware in. I got to take this thing apart. I got to paint it. I've got to set up spots for the switches, the limit switches, and I also want to make custom brackets for aircraft connectors. So when I run these wires, I'm going to run it to a bracket with an aircraft connector, so I can just plug a cable in. It should keep this a little bit neater. So let me button this up. I'll get a video of the X and the Z axis, and then next week, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's finish this up first. All right, here's the final for this week. I got the X-axis installed. Looks good. Seems to work okay. Everything's lined up good. Usually you can tell when you give it a spin. If it's not lined up, you'll see the spring do a little bit of flexing. And on both of these, they seem to be lined up almost perfect. So there's absolutely no play in this at all. In the X and Z, there's zero play. Like I did say, I am a little concerned about the speed, but you know, we're gonna work that out as it goes. I'm gonna get some different steppers, and I still have to make this out of aluminum. That'll be this piece right here. Shouldn't take too long, and I won't bore you guys with that. But anyway, the X and the Z are done. I made it adjustable just in case, but believe it or not, it ended up being right in the center, so everything came out to be perfect. Last but not least is going to be the Y. Now, I have the ball screws on order. They should be in any time. I ordered the correct length, so I didn't have to machine them again. That really wasn't very pleasant, and well, unless I bring them to work to have it done. And to be honest, the cost difference isn't that much. I mean, we're talking like $5. So it's neither here nor there. So next week, you guys, or next weekend, excuse me, you guys will see the X ball screws on the machine. And then I'm guessing after that, all it's going to be is painting and electronics. So I'm going to take a guess and venture 2 more videos, and this machine will be complete. And we can start cutting some parts. Crap, I forgot. I got to make a CNC plasma mount. I might do that while I'm waiting for the ball screws. In fact, if I have enough left over from this, maybe this is what I'll make it out of. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed your weekend. Hope everybody's staying safe. Have a good one.